Mm. Hello, goblins. It's Chris, Eldritch Pipes. It's an episode of this week's Pipes. It's been a funny week this week. I felt like I was on a real go slow. I was literally like a day behind myself the entire week. I think it might have been to do with it was really hot at the beginning of the week. And the temperature didn't break until Tuesday, like late Tuesday. So Wednesday was like the first cool day, relatively cool. And whatever it was about it, the pipes just took me a lot longer than usual. In fact, I feel like I'm only relaxing now. Well, to be honest, I don't know what these videos are to you, if they mean anything to you. But for me, when I do these videos, it's like, now I can relax. It's like the beginning of the weekend. It's the end of the week. It's like the video pipe and the pipe video really signal a moment when I can just power down, which is very nice. It really sort of bookends the working week for me. I think that's why I do them so religiously. It's just like, really marks the end of the working week, and I just like feel I can relax when I'm doing the video. Now, what the hell am I talking about? Oh, I'm smoking. Carolina Red Flake with Perique. A modern classic, I'll call it. And this week's pipes. So, some interesting ones. One, a shape that I've done a lot recently, but with some new resin that I think you've seen on one pipe, but you haven't seen the other on any pipe yet. Although I may have shown it in a video as a rod. I'll show you. No. Show you the one you've seen. Many of you will have seen. Oh. I look at the video and I forget something I was meant to say. I walked into a door frame. Now, I don't know if... So I've been listening. I've been going back to the beginning of the Magnus Archives. If you've not seen me do my Magnus Archives series, or you've joined at a point where you've never heard me mention the Magnus Archives, go find the Magnus Archives if you love spooky horror anthology podcast style stuff. But I've been listening to it heavily again this week, really burning through the episodes. And then today, as I was finishing up in the back room, I was putting stuff away, and like the walls must have closed in. The doorway must have shrunk. I didn't have my bearings. I turned around and bang, straight into the door frame. That's what that is. Steph was like, "What have you done?" All right. So these first two are for Pat, and it's a bulldog, a sleek bulldog. If you're a regular, you'll have seen this shape quite a lot recently. They sandblast really well, this shape. I think it's like the camber of the rim just really catches the bird's eye. Look just how like chiseled it looks. And then the sides really get, or the bowl I suppose, gets the ring grain. You can see like the circles of ring grain going around. I do it with a contrast ring of a complementary colour to the stem. And this is one of the new Bakelite style. Look at it glow in the lamp light. This is lime, and lots and lots of really like lovely subtle detail. And like glowing. These are translucent stems. Not transparent, translucent. Which they really let the light sort of bounce around in them, and they're very pretty. A very different style overall to the Cumberland. They just do something very different. Yeah, loving it. So yes, it is a pair of sleek bulldogs. And I guess with this one, I'll just briefly go over the features. I didn't with the first one because I knew I was going to do another one. If you're not familiar with the sleek bulldog shape, it's a really low slung, a low profile bulldog that I'm kind of in love with. It's a rendition of a shape done, there's a guy that goes under the name of Il Duca. I think that's how you pronounce it. Italian pipe maker, I believe. I hope I've got that right. And man, his bulldogs are this kind of like, they strike some balance between bulldog and Eskimo, is kind of what they do. So you have this kind of low slung profile, this low subtle S curve. Diamond shank, but coming in from the width of the bowl down to the stem. And then the stem breaks the facet down to the button. So you wind up having 3 facets here. This guy, and then this one here. Down to the button. Then the same on the reverse. This is, haven't got a name for this one just yet. It's red number 5, which is maybe quite a nice name. Again, lots of really like just lovely detail in the stem. Contrast ring to complement the stem. Bird's eye on the rim. And a little straight and ring grain on the bowl. Really? Classy little pipe. If I say so myself. And then finally, the last pipe of a 4-pipe commission that I started last week. If you remember last week, what did I have? 2 different styles of poker and a reading pipe. Because the chap who commissioned them likes sitters. And so the 4th pipe is also a sitter, but not a poker, and not a reading pipe. In fact, this is a pipe I've literally only made one of before. In fact, the only version of this I've made is the one that's on my website, eldritchpipes.com. So this is only the second time I've made this pipe. So it was a bit of a challenge. But I'm really glad, like most things, and someone gives me a challenge of, oh, you made this pipe like 5 years ago, do you want to make another one? I'm like, yeah, all right, I will. Yeah. This is a Dublin Cherrywood. Now, the Cherrywood is a Dublin, actually. I'll go Dublin first. Dublin because of tapered bowl. Tapered bowl. Cherrywood. Because of the forward cant on it. I think quite often a Cherrywood is just like a forward canted poker, bent poker, forward canted bent poker, something like that. And so this kind of like incorporates both of those styles. Now, it has an element that I don't normally have on my pipes, which is an embellishment on the shank. In this case, black and purple, obviously to go with the stem. These are from the same rod of resin. Lovely blast. The rings are just so well behaved. Look at the rings. I've rarely seen rings so sort of evenly spaced before. Crazy. Normally ring grain, you know, it's kind of, they're sort of like concertina. They like they spread out and then they crunch together, and you know they never stay like fixed widths. I mean, I know that doesn't exactly, but it's extraordinarily uniform, relatively uniform throughout this bowl. Wild. That's just the way it works sometimes, I guess. So yeah, black and purple resin. Made bespoke for this pipe. There you go. All right. That's it. That's it. That's all the pipes. Now, I should be back next week. I know on the cards I'm going to visit another pipe maker this week, next week, right in the middle of the week. So I don't think it should impact my week too much, as long as I've made a good start early in the week. Fingers crossed. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys next week. So until then, take it very easy. A loyal pipe maker.